Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our webinar today. My name is Grace Nzula. I am your host. I am a trainer and HR consultant with the Tara Solutions, an HR consulting and training firm that provides total HR solutions to individuals and firms. Get It Right with the Tara Solutions, which is the program you're tuned in this evening, is a webinar series that seeks to demystify issues in entrepreneurship and employment. We do this in partnership with Balcon Housing and Stallion Construction Limited. This is our 55th webinar. We started last year and we've been going strong. This is 55th, is it for this year or last year? Can't even keep up. We normally upload all the webinars or the discussions on our YouTube channel, and I'm sure part of the team will be sharing. We have shared, we are also live on Facebook, just in case you drop off and you're not able to come back. We are live on Facebook, and just shared the link in case you land into trouble, you have your friends who are not able to log in right now. I know we are expecting quite a number of people today, so we are very, very excited. So Get It Right with the Tara Solutions is a webinar series that seeks to demystify issues in entrepreneurship and employment. We've covered a diverse topics, and you can get all of them uploaded on our YouTube channel, including this one. Today's session is brought to you courtesy of Balcon Housing, a real estate company incorporated in the year 2001. The company has successfully sold many parcels of land in different parts of the country. They provide both residential and commercial land for investors, individuals, and groups. They also offer property management services and have a diverse asset expertise, complemented by their comprehensive property management services from mid to large properties. So we have an offer that has been given to us by Balcon Housing for anyone who has been following us or you're joining us today. So allow me to just share my screen. So this is what we have an offer by Balcon Housing. They are selling a 8-acre plot in a new in a controlled development piece at 400,000 shillings, and you can get your tailor-made installment done for you. So it's 400,000 shillings for an 8-acre plot. This is in Nanyuki. If you're looking for a place to retire or a piece of land to just invest in for the future, then you can get in touch with Balcon Housing. They've been very kind to us from helping us bring this webinar series to you, as well as giving us an offer for an 8-acre plot at 400,000 shillings. As well, we've been in partnership with other organizations. We have Balcon Housing. I've spoken about Balcon Housing. We have Stallion Construction Company, Current Technologies, Intercity Secure Homes, Octagon Africa. We have Pathway Solutions. Pathway Solutions has been giving us offers for training. In fact, we have a training scheduled tomorrow with Pathway Solutions. They're discussing branding your business. We will also give giveaways to you guys tonight. And then we have GeoTrace, we have Shifty Naturals, JC Beauty, Sorel Laundry, Career Management Center, and Favored Cakes and Caterers. So these are our partners. We've been celebrating 1-year anniversary, and they've been very kind to our audience by sharing their wares and everything. So, oh yeah, sorry, I am too fast. I'm rapping. Okay. The construction name is called a Stallion Construction Company. I think I'm in a rush because I do not want to eat into your tea time. So yes, allow me to then slow down. Sometimes I keep forgetting about public speaker. So we have Balcon Housing. Balcon Housing is the real estate and property management company. They are our main sponsors for this webinar series. We have Stallion Construction Company. We have Current Technology and Engineering Firm, Intercity Secure Homes, total security solutions provider. If you're looking for guarding services, or you're looking for cameras installed, or you're just looking for people who will do your audit, security audit. And then we have Octagon Africa. Octagon is a pension management firm and insurance. We have Pathway Solutions. I've spoken about Pathway Solutions. We'll speak more about Pathway Solutions because we have giveaways to you. We have GeoTrace. By the way, if you take training with Pathway Solutions, they also give you certificates. We have GeoTrace. We have Shifty Naturals. We have Basic Beauty, we have Sorel Laundry, we have the Career Management Center, and we have Favored Cakes and Caterers. So these have been our support system in the last 4 or 5 months. We've been season 2 we started in April, season 1 we ended on the 2nd of July, I mean of December in 2021. So if you have missed any of our webinars, yes, you can get them uploaded on our YouTube channel. I know Kevin and Jacinta will be putting the link to our YouTube on the chat. We are live on Facebook. So hi our Facebook fans, how are you? Yes, Mama Salam ya hewa. So right. Allow me to introduce our speaker this evening because we are here on a mission. And we have been doing a series of retooling the youth in entrepreneurship. And part of that series is how we ended up bringing in the Women Entrepreneurship Fund. We've done a youth fund. We have also hosted the Youth Council, National Youth Council CEO, Mr. Roy Saka. We hosted the CEO of Youth Fund. And tonight we have the privilege of hosting Madam Njoki Kahiga. She's Commissioner Njoki Kahiga. And I saw OGW and I was like, whoa, you must have been of great service to this country. By the way, our audience, if you don't know what MDS, EDS, OGW stand for, Google is your friend. These are people who have done outstanding services and they are normally awarded by the president. So Commissioner Njoki Kahiga holds a Master's of Science in Human Resource Management from the University of Salford in the UK, a postgraduate qualification in Advanced Management jointly organized by IESE Business School in Barcelona and Strathmore Business School, and a Bachelor of Education from the University of Nairobi. He brings to the Women Enterprise Fund a wealth of knowledge and expertise in leadership, public service management, policy formulation, governance, acquired over 30 years as a civil servant who rose through the ranks to the position of acting permanent secretary, a commissioner, and a member of several university governing bodies. She is a member of the Kenya Institute of Management, honorary fellow of the Institute of Certified Public Secretary of Kenya, and a committee member of the Association of Professional Societies of East Africa, and a certified professional mediator. And I want to recruit you immediately, and I'm sure the team from IHRM is tuning in. You must be a member of the Institute for Human Resource Management. Tell us, we have been hearing a lot about the Women's Fund. We have been hearing that you have an affirmative fund for us to take advantage of. But most of us don't really understand. We don't even know how to qualify. We don't know how to even come for it. So just tell us, how do we access the Women Enterprise Fund and what is this about?
Okay, thank you very much, Grace. A nice introduction. I'm happy about that. Women Enterprise Fund. It is called Women Enterprise Fund. It is one of the affirmative funds that were established by the government of Kenya. It was established in 2007 through a legal notice, and we've been in existence since then. The Women Enterprise Fund is an affirmative action, as an affirmative fund, tries to fulfill some of the global goals, the Sustainable Development Goals, which you know are global, and we are particularly in line with Global Sustainable Development Goal 1 and 5, that is poverty eradication, and then equality and women empowerment. So we contribute directly to those global goals. And we are also enshrined in Vision 2030. You know, Vision 2030, I'm sure you know that there is a social pillar, and we contribute to that by ensuring that there is equality and there is women empowerment. Specifically, the fund has specific mandates, which it was given when it was established. And one of the most important ones, and the one that most people know, is to provide subsidized credit to women for purposes of making sure that they either become entrepreneurs or they start their own businesses, for purposes of ensuring that they are able to sustain themselves. So that is the first mandate that we try to fulfill. That is providing subsidized credit. And when we talk of subsidized credit, we give credit to women groups and individuals at no interest whatsoever. The second mandate is that we build capacity for these women to ensure that they know how to deal with money. They are able to know that they are in a certain business which need business skills. And we provide especially financial literacy for purposes of making sure that when we give them the money we give them, they are able to use it in the manner that they are supposed to use it. We also facilitate marketing of their products. We are actually supposed to facilitate the marketing of their products both locally and internationally. And we've, to a very great extent, be able to do this. And we also try to support women-oriented micro and medium enterprises by making sure that we link them to other bigger enterprises for purposes of knowing how they got there and dreaming very big that one day they will also be able to get there. So we establish linkages with bigger ones and we connect them and we make sure that they do exactly what they are supposed to do, knowing that there is somebody who can hold them by the hand. We also try to attract and facilitate we try to support women-oriented micro and medium enterprises insofar as making sure that when they go to the counties, they have sheds where they can be able to do their own businesses. And we are known for providing very big umbrellas. I am sure you could have seen them in Gikoba and many other markets like Karatina. That is to ensure that we assist them to have a reasonable place, a reasonable place where they can work from without necessarily having to be rained on or being burnt by the sun. We make sure that that happens. Generally, that is the mandate we have. And besides our mandate, we fulfill our mandate by providing specific products. We have what we call the group products. And one of the group products is what we call the Women Enterprise Fund Scheme. We call it the Constituency Women Enterprise Fund Scheme. This is where we encourage women to get into chamas, into groups of 10 and above. And the group of 10 can have at least 3 men. That is exceedingly very strategic. We do not want to leave the men behind. We also don't want men to stop women from going to the chamas because they don't know what they discuss. So the reason why we thought of bringing on board some few men in the chamas is to make sure that what they do is acceptable even by their spouses. So if you are in a group of 10 and above, and you have at least 3 men, and it is not mandatory that you have 3 men, 30% of the men, if you are 10, you may decide to be on your own. You register a self-help group, and you register that self-help group with the Department of Social Services. Everybody, I think, knows the Department of Social Services. Once you have registered that group, you then open a bank account. The reason why we insist on opening a bank account or a SACCO or a FOSA is to ensure that once we give you money, when you are ripe for money, the money doesn't go to anybody's account. It goes to a bank which is owned by these people. Once you have done this, you qualify to come and borrow money from us. But we insist that from when you have got together as a group, you'll be together for a minimum of 3 months for purposes of boarding, for purposes of ensuring that we do not have people who just register self-help groups for purposes of taking our money and then they take off. Once you've been operational for about 3 months, It means you have known one another, you can trust one another, and you can start business. You come and borrow the minimum amount of money that we give for every chama, and we start with 100,000 all the way to 1 million. 100 payable without interest for 12 months. When you pay, you come and we give you 200. Once you pay, and this is payable again with 12 months. Once you pay, we give you 350, again 12 months. You pay, we give you 500, we give you 15 months. You pay, we give you 750, and we go to 1 million. That is what we do with the chambers. So that is one of the group, of the group products that we have for the women groups. We also have another one which we call Chamber Plus. If you are a member of that chama I have talked about, you can, as an individual, be guaranteed by the members of your group, and you borrow money as an individual. But this amount of money is not the amount of money which is given to the groups. That one, we start with 50,000, and the highest we can go is 500,000. Why is this so? We actually realize that members in a chama do not move at the same pace. There are some who are faster than the others. There are others who also want to do a few things, and we decided that we needed to allow individuals to be able to do that for purposes of also charting their own route if they feel that all their needs are not being met by the group. The other product we have is a product which was recently launched by the CS Ministry for Public Service. By the way, the fund is under the Ministry for Public Service, Gender and Social Protection. It is called the Mini. The Mini is a special product for widows. We actually realized, especially during COVID, that widows go through a lot of difficult situations. They are not only sometimes disinherited, and they have no place they can call home. So we decided to start a product specifically for them. And we exempt the few administrative fees which are payable, we exempt them from that. And we also give them a longer period to pay what they need to pay. So those are some of the most popular products, but we also have others where if you get an LPO or an LSO and you do not have funds to finance whatever you want to supply, you can come to us and we can give you some money. This is in support of the AGPO, where we support the 30%, which is a policy by government for the youth, for the women, and those who are differently able. So you can also come for that, and we'll give you the same amount of money. We also have other individual products. We have a business loan. If you are in business, we can support you to take your business to another level. If you are also in the business, we have another one we call asset financing, where you can come and we buy you the asset which you want, which is going to advance your business. A simple example is if you have a hair salon, we can buy you we can buy you a dryer or something which is going to help you do that. And finally, we have another product which we give to financial institutions, the SACCOs, for purposes of lending the same to women. So the women SACCOs can also get money from us. We give them at 4% and we allow them to lend the money at 8%, or a SACCO which is not necessarily fully owned by women, but it advances or it deals with products that deal with women. They can also come and we give them money. So all those are products that we give. But I guess what is very, very important for my audience is to know how you enter. Because I actually noted that was the main question. How do you start benefiting from funds from the Women Enterprise Fund? Like I said, You are either in a business as an individual or as a company. You own a circle and you are a lady or somebody who is advancing the products of women, or you are in a chama, or you are an individual. You can come to us and we give you that credit. Highly subsidized because it has no interest. Grace, is that understood?
I believe it is. I believe it is. I believe it is. And we're already getting a few questions. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but you can be louder.
Okay, I was saying we have that is very, very clear on the groups and the individual products and the fact that you can also finance LPOs in support of Ag4. And so how do we qualify for what?
Okay. For the group loans, that is what I called the Constituency Women Enterprise Scheme. That is for the groups. This is the process I talked about. You must register a self-help group. And the self-help group is registered by the Department of Social Services. It is found in literally every government department. And we are very strategic. We make sure that our officers sit almost next to the social service department, so that when you register, you don't need to go very far to be able to start completing a form to indicate that you're interested in becoming a member of WEF. So that is the process for the groups. You must register a self-help group. You must have a bank account. The bank account, you can have an account with the SACCO. You can also have an account with the Post Bank, provided you have an account where we can send our money. Once you qualify, then you qualify to start borrowing from WEF. But Grace, I did indicate we want you to bond for about 3 months before you come to us. The rest is, if you have a company and you are a woman and you want to borrow, we will give you, you bring the documents to show that you have a company and you have been operating a bank account, and you can show us the statements that you actually exist. You didn't just come to get the money, and you'll be able to do exactly that. For the Dhamini, it is also a group product. And these are women, again, who are in groups, and they are widows. But we are, again, 70% must be widows, and 30% can be other women for purposes of making. We always try to bring in an aspect of another. We want to see people from different angles. So that's why we allow even the mini product, 70 must be and whatever. I need to emphasize here that even for the chamas, the group loans, where there are 30% of men, the men cannot hold any leadership position in that group. You can't be the man can't be the chair, the man can't be the vice, the man can't be the secretary. The men are members to support the women, because this is a women enterprise fund. But the realization that you cannot advance one gender at the expense of the other. And that's the reason why we've included exactly that. Acceptability becomes very key. So generally, that's the procedure and of registering, and I guess it is as simple as a registration certificate. I also must ensure that that certificate must include all the members, their ID, and if they come from the same region, the chief has to clearly indicate that these are women who come from their own area. We do a lot of due diligence to make sure that we remain in the right path, and we do not lose our money to people we do not know. So we do a lot of back and forth, back and forth.
All right. I hope I'm now clearer. Is it better?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay, fine. There's a question from Dimples. Is there a minimum number for the mini fund, or is it individual? I think she's answered that.
Yeah, it is group.
Yes. Is there security required for any of the products? Is another question from Sarah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
For the Chama, we don't require any security. For the Chama Plus, that is the one individual in a Chama who wants to borrow as an individual. When you do want to borrow as an individual in a Chama, you have to have the approval of all the members, for purposes of making sure that they approve that you borrow and they are the guarantors. If you are borrowing for business, we require collateral. You have to give us a board, you have to give us your car as security, but we don't take land. You know the issues of land. You give us security, the most common security is a car. You can give us stocks from the stock market. I mean, the shares, you can give us that. You can give us evidence of a fixed account. I mean, a fixed bond, sorry. We require security when we give you money as a business, because the money as a business is not 1 million, it goes up to about 5 million. So we really require that you give us evidence that you are able to pay.
Okay.
Yes.
Olivia is asking, what about if we have an agribusiness owned by women, but it is a limited company? Would that qualify?
Yes, sorry. There is something I forgot. Another product that we have is called Kilimo. We have a product called Kilimo, and the purpose of Kilimo is to support women who are, or individuals who are in farming, specifically in horticulture and agribusiness. We support the women to make sure that, food, agriculture is the mainstay of this country. And we realize that women are the mainstay. I mean, are the people who are actually involved in a lot of agriculture. So we do this. So if you have a company and it is a limited company and you are a woman, we can still lend you money under the Kilimo product.
Okay. And I'm assuming CBU and self-help works is the same?
Oh yeah, they do.
Okay. Gladys, or wait, before we go there, I can see Timothy Morioki, your hand is up. As we finish answering this question, we are going to allow you to ask yours live. So Gladwell is saying, how long does it take to get a loan if you have an LPO?
If you
have an LPO, the LPO financing, yeah,
LPO financing. Once you have brought all the documents, we give a lead time of, 3 days to be able to process the LPO. That is, if you have brought all the documents that are required. We do exactly give you about 3 days to enable us process the LPO, the LSO, for purposes of funding what you require to be funded. I must mention here that with the LPOs, it is very, very important that we authenticate that the LPO originates from the entity you are telling us that it is coming from. Yes, I can see you nod very well, Grace, because
yes,
it's a matter of making sure that We are very sure, and this is the reason why this is something we should take possibly one day, but we have to ensure that what you have given us originates from whoever you are telling us it originates from, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And this is out of our many years of experience. We keep improving and coming up with different ways of doing things, depending on the challenges we face on the way.
Okay. And what you spoke about SACCOs, and Eunice is asking, could you give us a few SACCOs that are that have a loan product specific for women?
I might not remember the exact names of the SACCOs that we have given loans this year, because they apply on a need basis. Before, we used to put it in the newspapers and people apply, and we discovered that it was a very wrong process. So they apply on need basis. As of now, I don't have the names of the SACCOs that have applied, but I can always give you that information once I get it, because like I'm saying, they apply when they need the money. They apply when they need the money, and therefore I might not currently have all the names of the SACCOs which have been approved as we speak.
Okay. Timothy Muriuki, you can unmute yourself. Timothy Muriuki? Or the hand was up. Okay, fine. We can move on. Grace Njeri is asking a very important question. Do we pay a fee when applying to the fund if the chama is registered, or is there a fee that is paid to process the loan?
Very good, a very good question. Yes, we deduct 5% of what we give you as administrative fee. 5% as administrative fee, and every member of the chama has to be trained before the money is given out, and we charge 100 shillings for each member to train them. We also give them a loan tracking device. We give them a loan tracking device for purposes of making sure that they are able to track their loan, which costs 200. So 5% out of 100 gives you 5,000, isn't it? Yes. You are left with 95,000. Then every member pays 100 shillings to be trained, and we deduct 200 shillings for the device that we give you to track. So in other words, you eventually get 93,000. Okay. That is the maximum that you pay. Besides the device that we give you, we recently came up with an USSD service where you press *601#, and this enables you to be able to get information about your own payment. When you go through here, it will give you instructions, and you follow the instructions. It will ask you whether you want a loan, whether you want to know your balance, because it's very important that you know that when you pay into the bank account, it is reflected. So you can now track your payments, not by going to your bank, by simply doing it from the comfort of your house. And I'm told even Murikamuizi can do this. And you are able to track the payment of your loan through the use of this USSD code. And we are able to, the borrowers are able to do this. We also put our products on the Facebook through what we call Wef Soko. In Facebook and Instagram, we are able to show the products that the women are coming up with, and they can sell to each other, and they can buy from each other. So we have a myriad of products and ways of making sure that the money that we let to the women, the products that they come up with, can easily go to the market, and they are able to be bought by others. This is very common with things like honey and other products that they come up with.
So let me ask you,
So,
Njoki. You said *601#. Is it the
no,
same?
star 601 hash.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is it the same, like, because I've seen quite a number of questions on where can we go to get the loans? Do we really have to come to the office? Can we apply online? How exactly do we get to apply?
Oh, I see. No, the reason why we started the star 601 is because we eventually want to see whether the applications can be online. But we haven't got there. The reason being that I indicated that we do a lot of due diligence. The forms have got to be completed by all the officers. So specifically, when you have been registered as a chama by the Social Services Department, you heard me say that in a number of cases, the Women Enterprise Fund officers sit next to the Social Services Department. So you move to the WEF officer with your registered company. You get a form, you complete the form, you return to the same officer, and they send it to the regional office for the due diligence I talked about. And then it is sent to the headquarters for the loan. This, we give ourselves a maximum of 45 days from when you apply to when you get the loan. If everything is in order within 45 days, you'll be able to get the loan. So let me repeat. Once you register a company, you go to the Women Enterprise Fund officers who in a number of cases are to be found where the Social Services Department of Government is. Or we are in 290 constituencies where we have our credit assistance. So you can go to any constituency office and take the one which is nearest you to get the form to complete so that you start borrowing. Alternatively, we are in 16 regions. What was normally the provincial headquarters, the provincial headquarters, which were 8, you find our credit assistant managers there, and they ordinarily have those forms. We are in 16 of those regions. So you go to those regions and you get the form. But the easiest would be to the constituency officers where you find somebody in a number of government offices at the county headquarters. You find a Women Enterprise Fund credit assistant. We call them credit assistants. They are the ones who keep the forms. So you register the company, you get into that office, you pick a form, you go and complete it with your women. You take it back to that office, having do it, and then you check that you have done it properly. Once that is done, the process begins.
Excellent, excellent. I think you're really clarifying some of the questions we are getting. But there's an interesting one. But before we get there, Ruth Randa, I have promoted you to panelist because I would like you to help me answer the questions because there are so many and I'm not too sure we are going to have enough time to answer all of them live. So Ruth Randa, if you can help me answer some of the questions as we continue with the discussion with Madam Njoki. So there's this interesting question from Grace. She's saying, hello, I'm asking, for example, as for me, I have an existing business, but sadly, I don't have a bank account since I've been using my M-Pesa as my account for savings. Is it possible to get an M-Pesa statement and I use that to apply for the loan? Or what other requirements am I needed to provide as an individual to take like 50,000 shillings?
If you are in business, you must have a bank account. An M-Pesa, you change any minute. She can decide to remove the SIM card, and that is the end of the business. You must have an account. I guess that is very straightforward. Yes, because with with an M-Pesa, Grace,
Yes.
this is our country.
Yes.
And you know how much we love it.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I have seen quite a number of questions on, is there a specific, Mary saying, is there a specific product for the civil servants? And I think I've seen 3 questions on that.
No, there is no specific civil servant women. Or
Yes.
no, there is no specific product for civil servant women. You have to be in a chama, you borrow as a chama, and you borrow as an individual in the chama. I guess the civil service doesn't stop you from being in business as long as it doesn't conflict with whatever job you are in. So you got to fit in that. You are in a chama, you borrow as a chama. You are in a chama, you are guaranteed by the chama members to borrow as an individual, or you have a business and you borrow as a business and you give us collateral, as a business, or you are dealing with the 30% government rule of the youth and those who are differently abled. That is the AGCO, and then you have to fall within that.
Okay. Okay. Wow. So if this is interesting. Is this fund accessible to anyone listed in the CRB?
We have taken several people to CRB because of the yeah, that's an if you are in CRB, it means there's something wrong. You have devoted in paying somebody or paying somewhere. It means that you default when you come to Women Enterprise Fund. So if you are in CRB, we will not deal with you.
Okay. Okay.
It is as simple as that,
As that.
because you are taken to CRB because you defaulted.
Yes. Elizabeth is saying, when does the fund give 5 million, Bob? And somebody else was asking if they want to go into avocado processing, for example, can you finance the plant, like purchase of machines?
Oh, a good one. Under the Kilimo loan, you want us to buy the machines. The money we give you might not be able to buy those heavy. I imagine the machines must be very expensive, yeah? Isn't it?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, most likely the machines are very expensive. So we can only give you the amount that we give, because and we can only possibly help you buy the machine to the maximum of the money that we give.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would consider that as a business, more of a business. If you are buying very heavy machines, I would imagine that you've already registered a business and you can borrow under the name of a business.
Okay. So, and there's somebody else who was asking, do you finance startup businesses, or for how long do you need to have been in business to get funding?
What did you call it? What business?
Startup. Like how long
startups.
do you need to, yeah, like can I register a
yes.
business today and come borrow money from you?
Like I said, we expect you to have been operational for purposes of coming to borrow from us. I said that from the very beginning to avoid a situation where people start up a business today, they come and borrow from us the following day. That one we don't do, because we don't know. I mean, we cannot vouch for you. So if it is a business, we expect you to give us the financial statement of 6 months. Remember, for chamas, I said you have to be in existence for 3 months. You remember? For chamas.
Yes.
If you want to borrow money for business, we expect you to give us a financial statement for 6 months, meaning that you have been in business for about 6 months. We are very cautious insofar as giving people who have just started a business. And the first stop is WEF. because I mean, we are not sure that you are going to exist. We need evidence that you have been there and you have tried for a bit, and you are coming to us because you know that there is an aspect of continuity. 6 month statement means that you have been in existence for 6 months.
Okay,
I must emphasize here that the original idea of the the target group for the Women Enterprise Fund were people who were reasonably not able to, were not bankable. You could not go to banks with a collateral to be able to be financed by banks. So we were filling in that gap of the banks can't give you anything, you can come to us and we start you off and we move with you. So this is the reason why we are talking of the figures we are talking about. But admittedly, 1 million is not little money. But remember to get to the point of borrowing 1 million with us, you've been there for quite a while with us. That is the trust we need and we require for purposes of making sure that we know you are not going to take off.
Okay. Allow me to just mention this webinar series is brought to you by, this session is brought to you by Atara Solutions in partnership with Balcon Housing and Stallion Construction Company. Somebody is asking, can you fund a school owned by 3 ladies?
The school is registered as a business.
Most likely,
isn't
yes.
it?
Yeah.
Yes. If it is a business, we will fund the business.
So you can actually fund individual businesses, even if they are co-owned by the husband, because I saw somebody asking whether a co-owned business with a spouse can also be financed.
We finance businesses owned by women.
So 70% owned by women, or I know, because I know the qualification for AGPO is that you must be a majority shareholder, right? Must be women.
Yes.
So
yes.
Is that the same thing applies to WF?
You know, I stated that chamas 30% can be men. You get my point?
No, and individuals, not chamas.
No, if you are an individual, you are an individual woman.
Oh.
You get my point?
Yes.
Unless we are yes, if you are an individual to borrow and to be guaranteed by the women in the chama, you are a woman. You are an individual woman. But if you are in business and the business is registered in the name of wife and husband, I must admit I have never given it a thought, because those are now, that is now not 30%, because it is 50-50.
But maybe the husband only owns 70%.
Yeah.
I mean, the husband only owns 40,
if the
30.
woman owns 70%, yes. If the woman owns 70% of the business, then that is it. But if you are 50-50, they own half, and you are just the two of you, now it moves slightly outside being a business owned by a woman. You get my point?
Yes.
So the shareholding, the majority, which is this percentage, would have to be by a woman.
Okay.
Yeah, and we also keep learning as we go by. We are asked questions, and you start thinking. Like, admittedly, the business of having an individual in a chama borrow was out of demand by the women, saying, my chama is very slow, and I want to move faster. So once we get those kind of feedbacks, we develop specific products.
Okay.
Yeah.
And somebody is saying, thank you. Grace Ngari is saying our SACCO has been a beneficiary of Women Enterprise Fund loan. Thank you for, at least there's somebody who's done it. Joylene Matage is saying, can the members of the same family, that is same surnames, also apply?
For the chama, or they have
Or
the
for the
same
company? If it's a family chama.
Oh, it's a family chama. Yes, on the face of it, I would say it's a chama. If it meets all the qualifications, it's a chama. Strictly speaking, it's a chama. We haven't defined what chama is. The chama is made up of women. We've actually we've never gone to the basics of saying, are these women related? If they are in a chama, I would want to assume that they qualify, although they are related.
Okay.
Yes.
Somebody is saying, how long after clearing from CRB can one apply to the fund?
Immediately you are cleared by CRB and you meet all the other qualifications, you are free to, that must be somebody who is getting very bothered by CRB.
Of course.
Immediately you have no issues of owing people money and you are not in CRB, we will accept you because it's possible to be in CRB. I mean, even in employment these days, we have employers who do not limit the statutory deductions to whoever they are supposed to. And therefore, if an employee had a SACCO loan and nothing is being limited, the SACCO can take you to CRB, isn't it?
Yes.
For not paying. So strictly speaking, the minute you clear with the CRB, you should be able to borrow. Because we know the circumstances under which some people are getting to CRB. No fault of their.
Yeah.
No fault of their own. You have a loan, you have a bank loan, your employer, you deducts but doesn't send. Okay?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. There's an interesting question here from Maureen, who says, we have a chama that has international members who are Kenyans staying abroad. Can we be eligible for these loans? And somebody else was asking the USSD code. It's *601#, *601#.
Yes.
Maureen is saying the chama with the Kenyans abroad.
Chamas with
The members are
abroad.
Yeah.
Meaning they would have to complete the form, send it back. I would have to find out about that one. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the modalities of having to, as much as I want to imagine that they can sign the form and they send it back and it is processed, I want to confirm that first.
Okay. There are quite a number of questions. Maureen Shigoli, you can email me on grace@atara solutions, ATARAH solutions with an end.co.ke. We can take this question and forward it to Madam Njoki's office for better answers. Nancy Koskei, yes. Grace, how can you reach you? Yes, I've given my email address. Please do so. And Ruth Randa, I promoted you into panelist. You need to be here answering the questions on a Q&A so that you can get to answer some of the questions. But there's quite a number of questions on the asset financing. How is there a limit for the asset finance?
Yes, there is a limit for asset finance. The limit for asset finance, I think, is 5 million.
Okay.
Asset finance, I think, is 5 million. I wish Ruth was here to confirm that. I think it is. If it is not, I'll be able to give exactly the specific amount when I get it. I'm trying to check, but I think it is. It is. And I have actually got a response to a question of people who wanted to know the SACCOs which have been financed this year. There are very many. There was such a question, isn't it?
Yes, there was.
Yes, Ruth is here. Ruth is here. There are very many. There are 19. Do you want me to read them?
Do you have like a brochure that you can
Friends
read
Women
too?
Empowerment Organization from Barigo, Smart Life Circle, formerly Marakwet, it is in Marakwet, Kusa Circle, Kiabu. There are very many, 19 of them. I have gotten them. Ruth, could you kindly confirm that the limit for asset financing, is it 5 million or 500,000?
For asset financing is 5 million.
Yeah, so I was right. Grace.
Yes.
You can see I've got things right. It's 5 million.
You get it right. Yes. This program is called Get It Right. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So Florence, I believe you've gotten your answer, and everyone else was asking about asset financing. There's a suggestion that you need to start considering the M-Pesa statements, and I think I would say the same. This is for the purposes of SMEs. Most of these mamas who have, they are billionaires actually, but on their M-Pesa statements. So this is something you might want to explore. Yeah. I know Kenya Association of Manufacturers was also considering it for their SME hub. I think even KEPSA is facing that.
Good. Ruth, you've heard that?
Yes, Chair. And I can confirm that the M-Pesa, we've initiated it. For as long as the SME has the certified M-Pesa statement, then that can be considered as instead of the bank statements.
Beautiful. Excellent. That is clarified. Excellent. Now that Ruth is here, she can also confirm whether members who are in diaspora can be members of a chamber. Ruth?
For members who are in diaspora, that would be very tricky because before lending, we have a mandatory training for 3 days, which all the members must attend, and they must sign the certificate of training. So for members who are in diaspora, that will be very tricky because we will not be able to ascertain how the people, I mean, the members of that particular chamber. So we would rather have members we can actually who are easily accessible to be part of the chambers.
Okay. Yes, but Grace, you've had it from Ruth, but I'm sure moving forward, in this day of technology, where everybody has embraced technology and people can be trained virtually, possibly that is something we may wish to consider.
Okay. I like that. Schools take time to be registered as much as it's still running. Can Women Enterprise Fund still fund by checking our statements? Still the 3 ladies owned.
I would consider that as a business, and the only document to show that a business exists is the business registration. So if it is not registered, surely it might be very difficult to consider it. What do you think, Ruth?
You're right, Chair. It has to be registered for us to consider it and follow the requirements required for the specific product.
Grace, you must agree with me that if we try to take shortcuts, we might be in a lot of trouble. Or just believing what people tell us. If you come and tell us, I'm in the process of registering, and you haven't registered, and the next thing is that you never get registered, where do we get you? So we insist on the documents that will prove that you are a registered entity.
Okay. We have Margaret Kimani, who is saying, great information, Joki and Atara Solutions. Please share your contacts. This is Margaret Kimani of SBM Women Banking, and we request partnership with Women Fund. So they've given their number. Maybe Ruth, you can get a hold of that and probably get in touch with them. In case you're not able to, please email me, grace@atarasolutions.co.ke. Solutions is with an S, Atara is with an H. Everyone is talking about the M-Pesa statements. I'm just trying to find. So let me ask you, the forms to fill, are they available online? Or must we come to the officers on the 16 counties?
Ruth, have you uploaded them on the online?
Yes, all the forms, the loan forms are on our website. Once you go to our products on the homepage, our products, and you scroll down to the loans, you're able to get all the loan products as per the category of the loan that you're looking for. So we have the CWES loan, we have the Tamini loan product, and we also have the one for SACCO funding. It's only the LPO because of the requirements that are needed that then you fill after we are able to ascertain that you have all the documentation.
All right. Okay, there's a question I had seen. Okay, I have a limited company with 70% shares. Currently have 3 active businesses. As an individual, can I still access a loan with WEF?
For the 3 businesses or for one?
What is the limit? What can they get?
Ruth, you
One
give them
or
all
all?
loan, if it is the one individual who has the 3 companies.
Okay. So because it's 9:04, allow me to just award some ladies who are here. If you are a lady, I am just wondering, Jacinta or Kevin, somebody post our YouTube channel. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel today and leave a comment that like about now, I will award you with a gift hamper from Shishi Naturals, and I hope you are a natural lady on the hair, on the face. So if you're a lady tuned in tonight and you subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave a comment, please make sure you also leave your email address on the chat, and then we will be able to give you an award. As well, we have a training tomorrow by Pathway Solutions. The training is on branding. So get in touch with me or Frank at pathwaysolutionsservices.co.uk. So Pathway Solutions is awarding 10 of the ladies or men or whoever is tuned in today with online-based training. This is self-paced. This is for you. So there are 6, as you can see on your screen, and this is for 10 of you. And I believe most of you can email me at grace@atarasolutions.co.ke. This will be fast come, fast serve basis. This is building online business, marketing for small businesses, performance management, conflict management at workplaces, problem solving and decision making, and then making your business better. So this is training offered to you by Pathway Solutions. Allow us to just work on the email so that then we don't take too long saying this. So tomorrow we have an instructor-led training, which is happening from 3 to 6 p.m. Creating and managing your corporate brand. This is tomorrow from 3 to 6 p.m. by Pathway Solutions. This is by Frank, our partners. And then we have emotional intelligence plan, which is coming up on the 25th from 6 to 8 p.m. And then startup and writing a business plan, which is happening on 23rd October from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then 7 C's of effective communication from 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. on 27th October. So all this is instructor-led. So if you're looking to join them, you can email Frank at pathwaysolutionsservices.co.uk. I believe Frank has put his email on the chat as of now, Frank at pathwaysolutionsservices.co.uk. You can also get a chance to win, the 10 of you will get a chance on a self-paced learning. This is where you learn by yourself, and you will get a certificate at the end of the day. So some of you who are willing to take these courses, please note, this is for you. This is free of service, courtesy of Pathway Solutions. So again, Njoki, I have lost you. Njoki? Please come back. Chair or Ruth, you're there?
Yes, I'm on.
Oh, okay, you're on. All right. So again, allow me to just remind you that we have an offer from Balcon Housing. They are giving us a piece of land at 400,000 shillings with tailor-made installments. If you're interested, please, my email is grace@atarasolutions.co.ke, grace@atarasolutions with an s.co.ke, and we'll be able to come up with a plan for you. So with the final remarks, I'm going to ask you, because I don't know where Madam has gone to. Ruth, please give us the closing remarks.
Thank you so much, Grace. And as a fund and on behalf of the chair and management, we are very grateful for the opportunity to be able to shed more light and create awareness about Women Enterprise Fund. And I also appreciate all the ladies and everyone else who joined, because now you have info about who Women Fund is, and we would appreciate if you become our ambassadors, so that you are also able to tell this good news to other women out there who are also doing business. The fund is open to all women, and we can always have a discussion around the kind of business you're doing, so that you are also able to benefit from it. And you are all welcomed. For more information, you can reach us on our social media pages and also on our from our website. Most of our information is listed on the website. Otherwise, thank you very much for coming on board, and share the information that you have already gathered about the Women Enterprise Fund. Thank you, Grace.
Thank you so much, Ruth. It's been an honor. I wish we had more time to just probably delve deeper, but I believe you have shared you've clarified a number of things. For those of you who are sending emails on the chat, it would be nice if you emailed. I've put in Frank's email. Please take it because it might be easier for you to keep tabs. So it's Frank@Pathway Solutions, Service Solutions. Where? Service Solutions, yes. And then you can email me at grace@atarasolutions.co.ke. We've also shared our YouTube link. For those of you who missed the beginning, some of the questions were answered at the beginning. That's why I didn't ask them. So we will upload this recording on our YouTube channel on Friday. And in case, Ruth, I don't know whether you have some material, maybe a soft copy of your brochure or something, you can email me, and then I can attach it to the recording as we send to anyone who registered for this session on the weekend. So other than that,
I'll do that.
Yeah, that would be very, very nice, so that people can continue reading more. So thank you so much, my people, for being with us this evening. I really appreciate. We have quite a lot of information uploaded on our YouTube channel. We do this every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Next Tuesday, we are closing the mental health month. So we'll have a mental health expert to educate us on matters mental health. And then I would like to welcome all of you for our meet and greet. We are ending season 2 on 30th of November. It's a Tuesday, and we have organized a networking session with anyone who is our followers. So please like our Facebook page, Atara Solutions. People on Facebook, habari zenu, and follow us on Instagram, Atara Solutions. Alexis Juma is saying, how do we join every Tuesday? You can drop your number. We can put you on our WhatsApp group. We can also email you. We normally send invites to anyone on our database. So every Monday we send invites for the next following session, so that you don't miss. And then always follow us. Our YouTube channel is Get It Right with Atara Solutions. So who has liked? Okay. And subscribed already. Which video can leave a comment? Looking forward to getting the hamper. Please drop your number as well, or email me, so that we can get you the gift hamper from Shishi Naturals, and I hope you can also advertise them. So Madam, we had gotten closing remarks from Ruth, but now that you're here, we will give you the honors.
Okay, thank you very much, Grace. I got a bit lost, and I have actually connected through my phone. Just to thank you for this opportunity you've given Women Enterprise Fund to talk about the Women Enterprise Fund. I would like to call upon all the women in this country to take advantage of the affirmative action funds that the government has come up with. It is out of the realization that women need a push, and we should actually take advantage of it. So preach the gospel according to Women Enterprise Fund. Tell them about the products we have and how they can benefit from it. If you have any questions, just send them to Grace. You ensure that we get all the questions and we will be able to answer them. Otherwise, thank you very much for listening and coming to listen to our talk on Women Enterprise Fund. We are doing very well. And it is our commitment that we are here for the women now and in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's good to know that you got our back. Ben Mark is saying, hi Grace, I've been following most of your webinars and going through YouTube channel. I'm trying to read. This webinar has been very interesting, motivating, informative, and more so educating in different aspects. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, always a pleasure. Like I said, this is our 55th episode, so we are here and going to do much more. So I look forward to hosting one of your success stories from the Women Fund, so that at least we can get now from the people who have accessed this and how they've been, and especially those who have made it to the 5 million club or the 1 million club, because I believe they are there. And my people, this is for you. This is not for anyone else. Let's take advantage of the affirmative funds. I believe it's easier. And yes, we are looking forward to having a wonderful time. So yes, look out for on our pages. We have a physical meet and greet session happening on the 30th of November. That session will be live. So we will have awesome panelists. All the speakers that have been on this channel, I am hoping, can make it to the meet and greet on the 30th of November. Other than that, we shall see you on Tuesday next week, which is 26th. From 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. as we close the World Mental Health Month, which is celebrated in October, and we shall be demystifying or talking about something on mental health with Wandia, and I'm sure you will enjoy. So, karibuni sana for everyone who's been here. We really appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Madam Joki, for making the time to be here. I will give you a call tomorrow, and we can probably talk further on a few things we can engage on. Ruth Randa, thank you so much for making this happen as well, and thank you for being a panelist on short notice. I really appreciate. We look forward to having a success story, like I have said, probably in season 3. Other than that, see you next week, same time, same place, as we discuss mental health. By the way, November, we have an entrepreneur, we have performance management, we have governance, corporate governance and leadership. We also have quite a number in store before we close season 2. So please go to our YouTube channel, enjoy yourself. There's a lot of material, which is free. By the way, the materials we give, and you can ask anyone who's been our follower, it will cost millions for you to access, because we bring in industry experts. You don't have to let a chair, see assistant. So yes, we bring industry experts. So otherwise, my name is Grace Nzula, always your host, always a pleasure. I am a trainer and HR consultant. For all your training needs, get in touch with me. For all your HR matters, get in touch with us. grace@atarasolutions.co.ke is my email address. And always, by the way, if there are any HR professionals here, please, we have the HR conference happening next week in Mombasa, and it's going to be lit, so do not be left out. Other than that, have yourselves a lovely night, and look out for the recording on Friday. We shall upload it on our YouTube channel, and we shall also send emails by the weekend with the link and with the attachments from the Women Enterprise Fund. So asanteni sana, and have a good night. Our Facebook family, have a good night, and I hope you have enjoyed the session as well.